Welcome to... On tonight's Clubhouse Live, we welcome back one of our anchor guests as Matthew Golden, the Bullet, returns to the show. The Packers picked up a much-needed win against the Giants. We'll get Matthew's thoughts on the game. And is the offense starting to find its groove again? We'll ask Matthew that, too. Plus, on tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge, well, it's all about numbers. No, not math. Hey, it's time to get started. Hey, Matthew, come on in.
Hey, everybody. Good Monday evening. Welcome back to the Fox Club. As always, we're hanging out inside Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium here in Grand Chute, Wisconsin. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post Crescent. Hey, it's Victory Monday. How's everybody feeling? Packers get a big-time win, a much-needed win. We'll talk about that, but you know how I have to always start the show. We have to give it up to our high school team spotlight for making sure our guest got in safe and sound. How about a big Clubhouse Live round of applause for the back-to-back Division I state champion Neenah girls cross-country team. There they are. The Rockets are here, and we will hang out with them. They're going to be part of the show during the show, and then a little bit towards the end of the show, and then maybe a little bit after the show. So thanks to the Rockets for being here, and we'll get to those ladies a little bit later on. But like I said, we've got a lot to talk about. How do you guys like Packers 27, Giants 20? You like that? Jordan Love's 27-yard touchdown dime to Christian Watson with 4:02 remaining, and Evan Williams' interception, right? Evan Williams, one of our guys, in the end zone. They were the clinchers as the Packers snapped their two-game losing streak by taking down the Giants on Sunday. Love threw for 174 yards and 2 touchdowns and posted a 105.2 passer rating in windy conditions to lead a Packers offense that finally regained some of its earlier season rhythm. Watson had 4 catches for 46 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Romeo Doubs tallied 4 receptions for 53 yards, as 9 different players were credited with receptions. Defensively, how about Micah Parsons coming up with 1.5 sacks, including a strip sack that was the game ender as the Packers improved to 6-3-1. Up next, guess who's coming to town, right? A home matchup with Minnesota to kick off a stretch of 3 straight games against NFC North rivals. And we have a Vikings fan right here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not even Vikings fan can make this guy frown. It's Happy Vince. He's back. Happy Vince. He's looking at you, Viking fan, because he knows the Packers are going to take down all those purple goofballs. And Happy Vince is happy, because I always say he loves it when the football players are here, and we got a good one. He's sitting right over there. It's one of our anchor guests. It's rookie wide receiver. He's back. It's Matthew Golden. We'll bring him up here in a little bit. As always, I want to thank our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. Cellcom was built here in Wisconsin. They cover every county, corner, and cabin road in the state, and they'll buy out your current contract and give you up to $1,100 toward a new phone when you switch. See Cellcom.com for details. And Piggly Wiggly is proud to support the Green Bay Packers as your local grocery store. They're committed to making a difference in the community, both on and off the field. Shop local, shop the pig. I'm sorry, I got to do it, folks. I have to do it. He insists that I have to do it. I don't have to, do I, Bob? Should I just skip over this segment? Should I skip over this guy?
Nope.
It's when I have to introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. It is the one and thankfully the only Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello.
Brett, you always do this. It's first place Chicago Bears.
Ooh.
You have to please do that, make it official. I kid, though. I know you're going to ask me how I feel about them. I feel about them like I do the last month or so. Packer fans know when your team's not playing great, but they're still winning, right?
That's all. That's the name of the game.
That's
right?
what my Bears are doing. They're playing okay, and they're getting wins, so I'm not going to complain. You never, ever, right, make excuses for a win, right?
Ricardo, I predict the Bears will win one more game this season. One more game. That's all
Oh,
they're
it
going to
could
win.
happen. The NFL's crazy.
One more
I don't
game,
know.
8-9, miss the playoffs, and then it's just chaos again.
And that will be against Green Bay? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
the Packers will sweep the Bears, no doubt about it. So that's enough about your Bears minute, because I think Matthew Golden ready to take you down right now the way he's glaring at you. But this is an interactive show. I know we always have big crowds online every week, and I'm guessing we have another great chat going on as well.
We
right?
do, and I'm checking it out right now. We invite your comments and questions through that live chat. That can be found next to our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube video stream. I'm monitoring that chat now. Keep it nice, and if they have any good questions, Brett, I'll get that over to you and Matthew.
Hey, but they've been doing well lately, so keep those online questions coming. We always like hearing from you. All right, on Twitter or X, I'm at PC Brettsy. He's at Ricardo De Leon. Matthew at MatthewGolden_2. And Facebook, give us a like, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live and Packers News. We'd appreciate that as well. Matthew, look at that big Vikings welcome mat for you, right? I don't want that to even be recognizable by the time you get up on the stage, all right? Kick it, rip it apart, throw it around, whatever you got to do to make sure that you have the best luck possible going into Sunday's showdown at Lambeau. So, tonight's guest, he is in his rookie NFL season. He was selected by the Packers in the first round of this past spring's NFL draft. He's appeared in 8 games so far with 24 catches, 286 yards. He entered Sunday's action ranked 4th among NFL rookie wide receivers in average scrimmage yards per game. How about that, right? Making an impact. Tonight's guest came into Sunday's action also as the leader among all NFL rookie wide receivers with an average of 9 yards per target. How about that? Tonight's guest has great hands, he's got great speed, and we already know he's a great guy. So how about a big Clubhouse Live welcome for number 0. It's Green Bay Packers wide receiver. He's a rookie. It is Matthew Golden, everybody. Come on over, Matthew. Take that, Minnesota fan. How do you like that, huh? How do you like that? Yeah. What do you think of this guy right here? Look at, he's wearing his purple.
I like his jacket, man. It's nice.
Oh, yeah. That's about all you're going to get from Matthew Golden. So, programming note, quick. I'm going to announce next week's guest at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. It is Legends Edition next week. So we've got a former Packer coming on. And Matthew, look at this. Were you on last time too? Or no, I think it was Isaiah McDuffie. But we are giving away at the end of the show these Miller Lite Packers Vikings Miller Lite deck tickets. There we go, to Sunday's Packers Vikings game at Lambeau Field. So how about that? Yeah. We're gonna watch the Packers beat the Minnesota Vikings. Well, Matthew, what's going on with a hand? What can you tell me? I was afraid to give you a little squeeze there. I don't want to hurt you because, you know, I am a big physical specimen right here, right? I'm strong. You okay? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just dealing with some football stuff. That's it.
It's the bumps and bruises of the NFL, right?
That's the journey, man. That's what you got to go through.
That's what you got to go through, and you're going through it. So we haven't seen you in 4 weeks. What's new with you? What's been going on? We kind of asked your buddy Baron Sorrell was on last week for the second time.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen him since early in the season. So we'll kind of get the lay of the land from you. What have you found out about Green Bay now? Or what are you liking about the city? What are some hot spots? Where can fans find you to bug you and just kind of ruin your off days? I mean, what was Matthew Golden doing these days?
I've been going to Legend Larry's a lot, a little wing spot. I go there probably like twice a week. Other than that, man, it's just really been football. You know, just trying to stay focused and stay prepared for, you know, each week.
You hitting the water? You doing some fishing still?
Nah, not yet. I'm going to try some ice fishing, though.
You are going to try it.
Try it.
Now, I asked Baron that last week. He wanted nothing to do with it. Wanted nothing to do with
That's
being on the
because
ice.
you scared him. You were describing it,
I
and he
think I
got scared.
did. You know what ice fishing's all about, right? You just take a big auger, drill a hole, and you stare at the hole for like hours, waiting for a fish to come by and bite your line. You still gonna do that?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. As long as I got a heater, I feel like I'll be good. I just need some heat.
I'm sure there's some fishermen out there. You got a shanty right there. Go out on Lake Winnebago when it freezes over. So he's ready for some sturgeon spearing in February, maybe, Matthew. That's a big deal, too. How's a Texas kid liking this nice, chilly Wisconsin weather? Be honest.
Look, I'm getting used to it. Like, when I first got up here and it was cold, I used to have joggers. Now I'm outside with shorts on, you know? So I feel like I'm getting used to the cold weather a little bit.
You're kind of becoming a Wisconsin guy, right?
Yeah,
Walking
I think
around
so.
with shorts on when it's like 10 below. No big deal, right? T-shirt, Crocs. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? You don't need any of that.
Trying to get used to it.
Yeah. Well, you ready for some snow? There's some snow coming. Isn't it coming like tonight or tomorrow or something like that? Ooh. Huh?
It'll be my second time seeing snow, so.
Yeah, what was the first time?
We played Ohio State for the playoffs. Yeah.
Okay.
It was in the indoor though, so I didn't really get a chance to, see it.
Are you going to shovel snow on the
No.
sidewalk? Huh?
I
Why?
can't
Why?
do it. Nah.
That would really make you Wisconsin if you're out in your Crocs, your shorts, your T-shirt, and you're just shoveling some snow when it's 10 degrees.
I couldn't do that, man. I couldn't do that.
That's not your job, right? You don't want to be doing that. So, well, listen. Again, I asked Barron this too. I'll ask you the same thing. 10 games into the season, 11 weeks. You still feel like a rookie, or is that all in the rearview mirror? And now you're kind of more of a vet out there. How are you feeling right now?
No, I mean, obviously I'm still in my rookie season, but you learn a lot each and every week. You feel like you just adjust to how the NFL is, and I feel like for me and other rookies, I mean, we getting acclimated to the NFL, and I feel like now, we're comfortable. We're in the right state of mind, and physically we understand what needs to be done to go out there and play in the NFL.
What have you learned about the NFL since that first time you stepped in Green Bay for OT? What have you learned in the weeks and months since then? Now that you're 11 weeks in.
No, I would just say probably just the attention to details. Just the small things. Everybody out there physically gifted. We can all go out there and run. But what's gonna separate you is if you could mentally just be smarter than the person in front of you, and I feel like that'll just take you a long way.
Now, I got to hear you. I think last season, if I'm right, you played 16 games at Texas.
Yeah.
So you're kind of used to the length of a season, right? Going through that weekly grind. But I'm just kind of wondering, maybe last year you didn't. I don't know. Did you hit a wall at some point in the season where it's like, oh, I really got to kind of have to push through? And if so, how do you do that to kind of get things fresh again?
Yeah, I hit a wall. I would say, I don't remember exactly when, but obviously you just gotta have that mentality to keep going, and just understand you're never gonna be 100%. Like once you get to a certain point in the season, obviously your body tired, mentally you tired, and you just drained. But you gotta dig real deep into why you love doing what you do, and go out there and do it for your brother. So.
And you know what helps? Having a big crowd like this give you some energy, right? Yeah, look at this crowd here tonight. Fueling you for that stretch run, Matthew Golden, right? That's what they're here for. So we got to go back to the old high school days, because I know when you were last on your high school, we talked about your first high school varsity game as a sophomore. Caught 4 touchdown passes, right?
Yep.
Only caught 4 touchdown passes in his very first high school varsity game. But I want to ask you about your final high school game, a 56-53 loss to Spring High School in the state playoff. 56-53.
Yeah.
Matthew, where was the defense that night? What
we
happened?
Look, we ain't had no defense, man.
Clearly.
Straight, just offense.
Was there any punting ever in that game?
Nah, I don't think so.
What do you remember about that? Because I have you. Well, did you play both ways, or were you on just offense only?
Yeah, I was just offense that game.
Did you say, Coach, just put me in at cornerback? I mean, we need to stop here, right?
I really didn't. I was so hot on offense. I was just on offense that game. So.
Well, I read that you caught 2 touchdown passes, ran for a score, and even threw a touchdown pass that night. You darn near won it for your team.
Yeah.
Are you mad at your teammates for kind of blowing it for you? Do you still let them have it when you see them?
Nah, now I'm not. But back then, yeah, I was. I was just always so competitive. I hated losing, and I wasn't. That was my last game, so I wasn't ready to go home yet, go to college, and so. I was kind of frustrated after that game.
56-53. Ricardo, that was like some of our state semifinal games we had this past Friday night. We had some 38-35s. We had some 35-34s, but not 56-53.
Defense, optional.
Defense, very optional that night down in Texas. So, well, how do you stay even-keeled in a game and even in a season? Because kind of getting to know you here a little bit, you're just kind of hanging out, right? You don't seem too high. You don't seem too low. How have you trained your mind just to kind of stay kind of mellow?
Obviously, my family first. I feel like they do a great job, just keeping me in good spirits. Obviously, stuff not gonna go your way, and you know you gonna battle some adversity in life, and as long as you got God, you got a good group around you that care about you. I mean, I feel like if you got that, you'll be just fine.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Good message, right? Good support system. I have a few more things, Ricardo, then it's audience question time. Maybe touch on it, but biggest adjustment you've made from going from college to the NFL, especially at a very difficult position like wide receiver, right? Because you've got the details you mentioned, the route tree, the blocking, right? The playbook. Maybe it's all encompassing. What's been the biggest mental hurdle maybe to try to adjust to life at the pro level?
Justin, I would say probably just the speed of the game. I feel like it's a little bit faster. You know, being in the SEC, playing with Texas and approach the offense, you know, I kind of got acclimated to it early, you know, before I got here. So, you know, I definitely feel like going there played a big role in, you know, how my transition was coming to the NFL, you know, learning the playbook and everything. So, you know, for me, it was just, I mean, attacking it each and every day in practice, you know, during training camp. You know, I feel like the more I did that, the more comfortable I got each and every week.
That's saying something when you say speed of the game when you're really fast already, right? But like you said, these guys are a little bit level above the college level, right, as far as speed. How about continuing to develop trust with your quarterback, Jordan Love? Now, you seem to have a good connection. You have 24 catches on 32 targets, so you're pretty much catching everything he throws your way. So you're making the most of the opportunities when they come your way. But how has your chemistry grown with your quarterback? How have you guys continued to develop a relationship on the field, maybe even off as well?
Yeah, no, we always talk. You know, this last game, you know, we was in the training room together, and we was watching the game. You know, Texas was playing Georgia again, and you know, I asked him like, what Utah State doing? Because you know, I feel like I'm competitive, so I just like talking smack, and I'm just like, I ended up telling him, I was like, Utah State would never be able to play Texas. You know, it's just different. It's just a different level of football, and you know, it's just stuff like that. I mean, me and him always talking, and you know, whenever we're on the field at practice, you know, I just come up to him as much as I can, you know, just to pick his brain and, you know, see how he's thinking about some things on the field.
Are you sure you want to be talking trash to your quarterback? I mean, he has the ball in his hands, and he can decide who he wants to throw to.
I mean, sometimes you should do it, sometimes you shouldn't, man.
You're learning that, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the things he's told you this year that some advice, some of the best pieces of advice?
I mean, he just, you know, told me keep going, and always giving me confidence, and, you know, just, like I said, man, it's just communication. I feel like communication just take you as far as you want to go. And I feel like between us, you know, we got a good chemistry. And as long as the season keep going, you know, we're going to keep building that chemistry.
I know we've talked about, I think you said Romeo Dobbs is one of the guys that's taking you under his wing in the wide receivers room. But have you reached out to any veteran wide receivers from around the league that you maybe know, getting some advice from those guys? Have you had any opportunities like that?
No, probably early on in the season. Or, you know, I'll probably say training camp. I played with Tank Dell, you know, with the Houston Texans. I was with him for a year, so I would just say I talked to him, you know, just before training camp started, you know, just to try to pick his brain on how it was going to be, you know, what like the things I should expect. And, you know, I feel like having that conversation with him definitely helped me. So.
Last one, and then it's Ricardo's turn, but kind of a little bit off topic, a little bit different, but who are Matthew Golden's all-time top 5 wide receivers in the NFL? Who are your top 5 guys? And we could be going back old school if you want. I don't know how far back you want to go.
All right, I'm gonna go Dez Bryant.
Now, is this 5 or 1? Or
There's
you're just
no order. Yeah,
no order. Okay.
Yeah, no order. Dez Bryant, Megatron,
Yeah.
Julio Jones. I'm gonna just go 3. I got 3 for you. I ain't got 5. So
5. Those are three good ones, all right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Yeah, absolutely. Megatron was. How about Devontae Adams?
he could be up there too. Yeah, I'll put him up there.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer, yeah, Packers legend as well. So, all right, Matthew, it's time for a timeout with us. But Ricardo, I know you've got some state champions over there with some audience questions.
Yeah, hanging out with a couple of Neenah girls cross-country runners. This is Maddie Schoonover. She has a question for Matthew. Maddie, your question.
What is your favorite pregame meal and postgame meal?
I eat chicken Alfredo, so I eat it before and after the game. So Yeah, I go with that.
That's it, right?
That's the pasta.
Breakfast,
Good question.
lunch,
Thank
and
you, Maddie.
dinner.
All right.
Ricardo, who else you got?
This is Elsa Weiland. Elsa, come over here. Your question for Matthew.
Do you have any pre-game superstitions or rituals?
Yeah, I do a prayer before every game. Feel like for me, just my time to sit there and talk with God, ask him to protect me and, just guide me when I'm on the field. So I feel like, that plays a big role in what I do on the field.
Very good.
Thank you both.
Great questions, great answers.
Thank you both.
Thank you, ladies, state champs that we'll get to meet later on in the show. Time for a timeout. Time for tonight's stat pack, Matthew. I got two of them. And it's a stat that bears repeating. I'm sure you know it, but the Packers have scored exactly 27 points in 5 of their 6 victories this season. What is it about the number 27?
I don't know what it is, man.
Just keep doing it.
Just keep doing it.
Keep scoring 27. And then take a look at this stat from the Twitter account @HistoricPackers. This has been making the rounds too. Christian Watson became the first Packers player with touchdown receptions from 2 different quarterbacks in the same game since Philip Epps back in 1985. Remember Philip? Bob, you remember Philip Epps, right? 1985. Epps had TD catches from Lynn Dickey and Randy Wright in a 43-10 Packers victory over the Detroit Lions. So, all right, Ricardo, we're doing trivia again tonight, and what do you got?
Yeah, first off, we have some rules, though, with the trivia, Brett. So first off, we'll ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you got to raise your hand. Don't shout it out. And if you're correct, you win what, Brett?
Yeah, Ricardo, again, great prizes from the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. We have this Tyler Black Utter Tuggers bobblehead, so you might want to win that. Or if you're a pickleball player, look at this. We got a Timber Rattlers pickleball paddle, right? So there you go. So the person who wins the first trivia question gets to pick his or her prize.
Yeah, but once you win, you're out for the rest of the show. And sorry, live chatters, you got to be here to win.
All right, so I guess I'm asking the first question, and Matthew, I'm going to let you decide who gets to answer it, all right? Who raises his or her hand first. Packers running back Josh Jacobs entered Sunday's game second in the league in rushing touchdowns. Who was tops on that list? I'm already seeing that young man back there by the window. Yes, sir. I didn't even need to give him the hint. It is Jonathan Taylor. Come on up. You get the bell. You get the bell. Yeah, the hint was going to be he played for the Badgers. That might have given it away. So you get to pick either pickleball paddle or the bobblehead, and you can say hi to Matthew Golden as well. And there you go. You're welcome. Jonathan Taylor. Taylor had 15 rushing TDs coming in, while Jacobs had 11. Taylor, of course, earned Big Ten Running Back of the Year honors twice and was a 3-time All-Big Ten performer at Wisconsin. All right. It's time to talk about yesterday's game, some football stuff, Matthew. But first, Rosie, we need the Clubhouse Live GIF of the night. Oh, look what's going. Look at that. There's the big play. What about that play, folks? Huh? Look at that. Yeah. Jordan Love to Christian Watson. Love to Watson for the game-winning touchdown. What's more impressive to you, Matthew, the throw or the catch?
Probably the catch. Yeah, I go with the catch.
You got to. You're a wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
How come? Just in traffic? Defenders all over him?
Yeah, facts, yeah.
So when you're watching the game film, I mean, you guys are fans, right? Or do you kind of ooh and ah when you see stuff like that? Or are you just too focused in on the details and you don't get too carried away?
We kind of used to, just making plays, so we don't really do too much when we're watching film. Just on to the next play, really. On to
the next play. That was a heck of a play. But you got to give the quarterback a little bit of props, right?
Oh, yeah.
That ball was right there.
He got props for, throwing a good ball, so that's it, really. I mean, the catch was better, so.
Well, you're giving your quarterback some more trash. He's a big fan of the show. He's watching. He's checking in right now. He's watching. Well, how big was that win, Matthew? I know you guys rarely fall for the must-win narrative that the media likes to put out there, but gosh, that felt like it was a must-win. You needed that after that 2-game losing streak, right?
Yeah, we definitely needed to come out with that win. I mean, just now it's just about taking it one game at a time and winning every game from now on. So.
And an ugly win is a win, right? Doesn't matter how it looks.
Don't matter how it looks.
Well, listen, it was a little sloppy at times, but what did the offense do that you really like? What were some of the highlights you thought offensively that you guys were able to put on the field and come away with that win?
I feel like in the crucial moments, you know, whenever it mattered the most. As an offense, we went and made the plays we needed to. You know, obviously we left some plays out there. But I feel like we ran the ball good enough, you know. Shout out to Emmanuel. You know, he came in, stepped in when Josh got hurt, and both of the running backs came in and did a good job, you know. What don't show up is, you know, them blocking in the pass game too. You know, they did a great job in that, giving Jordan time, giving him enough time to throw the ball, and, you know, the receivers went out and made plays.
I was going to ask you about that. Everybody talks about Josh Jacobs, but Emmanuel Wilson, he's a little bit of an unsung guy. He's a friend of the show. And Chris Brooks, like you said, on his pass protection, picking up guys, you know, making sure Love has a clean pocket. Maybe you gush about those guys a little bit because I don't think they get probably enough of the headlines, right? Because they do kind of the dirty work behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to Emmanuel, Chris Brooks, you know, every day, and you know, they come in with the same mindset of, you know, they always working, no matter where they are on the depth chart. You know, they attacking it each and every day. You know, and they both rely on God a lot. So, you know, I feel like with them, man, you know, those are two guys that, you know, they work, they can show who they are as a person. So.
Now, I know we're joking around. You're kind of giving your quarterback some crap out there, right? Teasing him a little bit, but gush about him too. Yeah. That was a heck of a performance he put out there yesterday, right? Yeah,
definitely. You know, being able to come out with the victory. You know, he played a hard game. You know, was getting hit a couple of times, but you know, he stayed in the pocket, made some good throws, and I mean, like I said, man, that's the leader of our team. You know, he put confidence in everybody, and we all got the most confidence in him, man. So I feel like when he on, everybody else on.
I know Matt LaFleur, he described Love as gritty and tough and coming back on the field to play and play well with that banged up shoulder. Yeah. That's got to kind of ignite the guys a little bit, right? To say, hey, our quarterback's back. He's hurting a little bit, you know, but he's going out there and he's slinging it. That's got to give some energy to the guys.
Yeah, definitely. You know, just seeing a quarterback, you know, obviously he got hit a couple times and you could tell he was hurting, but, you know, he never gave up. He came back into the game, you know, with the mentality that he got and came out and did what he needed to do to help us win.
Now, Matthew, are you going to pull him by the side and say, hey, listen, just slide? Slide. Don't be taking unnecessary hits. Yeah. It's foolish, right?
Yeah, nah, definitely. You know, I think he know that, but, you know, sometimes you want to get the extra yards and, like I said, man, Jordan competitive. You know, that's who he is. So you can't knock him for that. So.
What's impressed you most about him throughout the season as you got to know him and watch how he goes about his business, right? It could be in the locker room, could be in the practice field, could be in games.
Yeah, I mean, he never get too high, never get too low. And like I said, man, his confidence, it don't matter how the game is going, you know, he gonna attack it, and you know, he always gonna put his best foot forward, and you know, give those around him chances to make plays.
I'm just kind of curious before I get to the next quarterback, but how windy was it on the field? Was it really tough to play through that, especially if it's with deep balls? Were they getting blown around a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I mean the wind was pretty heavy throughout the game, but you know, I feel like, you know, it started to calm down a little bit. But I mean, it don't matter where we play at. You know, we always gotta have the mindset and the mentality to play through. You know, whatever the weather is. You know, we just gotta go out there and compete.
Hey, I want to keep going on the script, but Ricardo's waving me down. He's kind of bugging me a little bit. Ricardo, what do you want?
First off, I like bugging you anyway, but yes. We have an online, a couple of folks, they're very hyper. They want to know, they really want to know about Matthew and this whole upcoming snow thing. Like, did you buy a snowblower? Did you buy a shovel? Do you have is someone going to come do that for you? And also, Brett, they want to know, are you going to give him an official USA Today Network Wisconsin ice scraper?
Yes, next time you're on the show, I'll give you an ice scraper for your car, right?
Yeah, I need one.
But do you have boots? Do you have a snowmobile suit? What do you have? They all want to know what you're ready to, all decked out with.
I got a regular jacket, and I got some joggers, so hopefully that'll do, man.
That's it. You don't have a shovel, and you don't have a snowblower.
Yeah, at all. Nope.
Oh, you gotta work a snowblower at least once this winter. Just go to the neighbor's house or something. Just say,
my neighbors probably got one, so you know, I'll probably knock on their door soon.
Just fire it up and see what that's like. It's a lot of fun, right? You have a lot of fun with that stuff. So, well, listen, we talked about Jordan Love. Now we got to talk about your other quarterback, right? How about Malik Willis again coming out there, man? You know, this guy did it last year too when Jordan went down. Of course, you were in college at the time, but he comes in. And it's business as usual with this guy. I mean, just give him his props. I mean, you guys didn't miss a beat.
Man, I talk to Malik all the time, man. I mean, to come in, do what he did, man. When your number's called, he's always ready. You know, I watch him during practice. he attack it the same way like he's starting. And, I mean, he just got that dog mentality too. So, you know, for him, you know, I give him credit for, you know, everything he do. And, you know, for him to come in and step in for us when we needed it, man, that mattered the most.
I was going to say, I suppose there's no surprise, right? I mean, he's doing it with his legs. He's throwing a rocket to Christian Watson in the end zone. I mean, I'm guessing while you might have been impressed, you were like, we expected this from number two, right?
No, we used to it. You know, I see him do it in practice, man. And, you know, it didn't surprise me. But like I said, man, he came in when we needed him, and he did what he needed to do.
What kind of confidence does that give to the offense in the event that we don't want to see Jordan Love go down, but you guys, you know that you have a capable backup.
Yeah.
Some teams don't have that, right, Matthew? I mean, all of a sudden the operation is not going well, and everything gets discombobulated offensively, but it was so smooth with him. It's got to be confidence for you guys to have him.
I feel like for us, man, we got a lot of guys everywhere, you know. I feel like whenever one guy go down, you know, we got somebody else behind him, man. I mean, Malik, like, I've been watching Malik since college, and I already knew what he had, and I mean, everybody in the locker room know what he could do. So we got the most confidence in him, and you know, whenever his number do get called, we know what he'll do.
He's got an arm too, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah,
I mean, he can throw some rockets. I mean, I'm sure you caught him in practice.
Yeah, he could run, he could throw. You know, he could do a little bit of everything, man. I feel like that's what makes him dynamic.
You know what, Matt LaFleur, they're talking now. Maybe some packages bring him out on the field here and there, right?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt, man. It wouldn't hurt.
Do that. Maybe get the defense confused a little bit. Hey, now there's been some drops going on. Not you. You seem to catch everything that comes your way, but some other guys, and that happens. But how do you guys work on that? How do you guys fix things like that? Because that just seems like it's a very correctable thing. It's not been a problem most of the season, but the last couple weeks maybe.
Probably just get on the jug machines before practice. You know, we do that a lot, and I mean, it's just being able to lock in on the ball. I mean, I can't tell you too much about catching the ball. We've been doing it our whole life. You know, obviously we're not perfect. You know, we can't make every play, but you know, it's just about how you keep pressing forward, man, because you're gonna get another opportunity, and it's just about what you're gonna do with it.
I suppose it's also important mentally to not let that affect you, right?
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it starts to kind of stack up, right? Trying to say move on to the next catch, next play.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want it to affect the next play. So, like I said, man, you just got to let that play go and be ready for the next opportunity.
Well, let's talk about some of your wide receiver teammates. We got to talk about Christian Watson, right? Kind of, I guess, maybe the leader of your wide receiver room, or certainly one of the guys, one of the grizzled vets. Even though what is he, like 25 years old or something like that? But first, how would you describe his performance against the Giants? I mean, he made 2 spectacular catches in the end zone, didn't he?
I mean, that's really the reason we won the game. Came in, you know, made plays when his number was called, and I mean, like I said, man, he made some crucial catches, and when we needed it the most, he was there to make the play.
Now, I asked you if you liked the throw or the catch better on the touchdown from Love to Watson, but did you like which of the 2 touchdown catches did you like better? The one that he grabbed off the Malik Willis pass or the Jordan Love toss?
I would say the Jordan Love toss.
Okay.
I feel like it kind of, you know, it sealed the game for us, so.
Yeah, and then, you know, just that rocket, I don't know how he was able to pin it against that defender in the end zone. That was amazing. But, well, what have you taken from Christian now that he's back on the field, right? He started the season coming off that ACL injury, but, again, one of your leaders out there. I'm sure you've picked up some things. I'm sure he's been talking to you quite a bit as well.
Yeah, I mean, whenever he wasn't practicing, you know, during training camp, he was always behind us, you know, just giving us, you know, his thoughts and obviously, you know, just helping us with the playbook. I feel like for that, you know, that definitely played a big role in, you know, how we got me and Savion got going with the offense. So,
have you guys? Now I asked this, but I think your first visit here back in September when he wasn't on the field, but now he is. He's healthy. He's ready to go. Have you guys raced yet? Have you had a race?
Nah, we haven't. But.
And who's going to win that race?
I'm gonna win for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
you win on everything, it seems like.
We can still have a race, but I mean, I know I'm gonna win.
He's pretty darn fast too.
He's fast. He's fast.
Bo Melton, he's fast.
Both fast. Yeah, we got some fast guys on the team.
But you're the fastest guy on the team.
Oh yeah, I'm the fastest on the team.
Yeah. See, and you just ask him, right? He's the fastest guy. Ricardo, he wins at everything. He's the best at everything, right? That's just the way it goes with Matthew Golden. Well, we're gonna stream that once you guys decide when you're gonna race. maybe down the street or something on Lombardi Avenue. We'll shut down the road, and right, Ricardo, we'll just bring the stream team out there. We'll do that.
Absolutely. Let's get it on. Set the date.
Yeah, I'm sure Matt LaFleur would be real happy with that, right? Two of his prize wide receivers running against each other. So you mentioned Savion Williams, but thoughts on him? And I know he's been dealing with foot and ankle stuff. He was in a walking boot. Well, he made a big time catch too. What was that? A 33-yard catch on 3rd and 10 in the fourth quarter.
Man. You know, Savion do it in practice. You know, we call him a unicorn because he could do everything, man. You know, he kind of unique. He a different type of receiver, and when he made that play, I was crunk for him too. I feel like I made the catch though. Any one of us made the catch. And like I said, man, it was a crucial catch that we needed, and he came up with a big play for us, man.
Yeah, fourth quarter catch, right? I don't know how Love. He's dropping back. He sort of just flicked his wrist, and it just went sailing. A crazy pass, but right to him. And I'm guessing you guys have bonded quite well since you're both rookies, right? Yeah. This whole journey has been shared by each of you. Sounding boards for each other as well?
Yeah. I've been knowing Savion for a minute, way before we got drafted. And, to be able to go through the rookie process with, a guy that I've been around before that I know. Obviously we're not going to have our best days, but, we communicate, we pick each other up. And, that's just what brothers do, man. And I feel like we built a great connection, and, it's just only going to grow.
Couple more, then Ricardo's your turn. Social media question of the night. Now I'm going to ask you this. Which of the two Jordan Love passes did you like better? The one to Savion Williams or the touchdown to Christian Watson, huh? Tell me, which one did you like better?
Man, I like both of them.
Yeah, they're both pretty good, huh?
It was both good.
Pretty special. Last thing I want to talk about your offense. How do you bottle it up now? Because you really kind of felt like a little disjointed here last couple weeks, but now it felt like you kind of got into a little bit of a rhythm. I know you're missing guys. You're going to have to deal with Tucker Kraft being out. We'll see about Josh Jacobs. Sounds like the news is fairly good for him, and he might not even miss a game, so that's great if he can be back. But how do you bottle up? Because you have a big 3-game stretch coming up. Vikings, Lions on Thanksgiving, then Ricardo's Bears, right? Keep that offense moving, kind of keep stacking success. How do you guys do that moving forward?
Yeah, first and foremost, we're going to take it one game at a time, but I feel like, right now, I think the offense is coming together, and I feel like, as long as we keep putting one foot in front of the other, stay confident and, just stay calm and just play fast, I feel like we'll be good.
How much fun are you having? How much fun are you having right now? Not just hanging out with me. I know that's a blast. Everybody likes hanging out with me on a Monday night, but how much fun are you having with this whole experience, right? Being here, being on the field, enjoying just the Green Bay Packers culture.
Yeah, man, I'm enjoying it, blessed to be here. I can't thank God enough for putting me in this position, man, and I'm just being present and, just taking it one day at a time.
There you go. How about Matthew Golden, right? All right, Ricardo, you have tonight's social media question of the night. Comes from a youngster, I think.
It does. It's 12-year-old Grayson Mike. And on Facebook, he wants to know this, Brett. Coach LaFleur has emphasized a need to get you the ball downfield. He's talking about Matthew here. How are you working with the coaches to find those opportunities? And how do you feel about the plan to expand your role in intermediate and deep routes?
Good question from the youngster.
He had to use ChatGPT, man. but nah, just doing my job. I feel like the more opportunities and whenever my number called, I'm gonna be ready. So for me, it's just being patient. Obviously you're gonna go through this, you're gonna go through adversity, and for me, man, it's just about being wherever I need to be for the team, man. And as long as we winning, that's all that matters. And like I said, man, I'm gonna keep pressing forward and just keep my head on straight.
There you go. I think he knows football, right? As a 12-year-old, he eats, sleeps, and breathes it. So for having his question selected, Grayson, you win a signed photo. Each week we'll ask you online to submit a question for our guests that we'll ask live during the show. Look for it on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Ricardo, you're doing trivia question number 2.
Yes, I need both you and Matthew to look out in the crowd and make sure you see who raises their hand first.
This should be an easy one.
It should be. Well, hopefully it will be. Here we go. Let's see if you've been paying attention this season, because the question is, what is Matthew Golden's hometown? Oh, boy, you stumped him already, Brett.
Come on. We've talked about this. We've talked about this.
Come on.
Nobody's raising. I mentioned that he's from. Oh, we got somebody way in the back there. Yes, you got it. Houston, come on up. You got it. I knew somebody had to know that. You get the bell, you get the bobblehead, right? And you get to say hi to Matthew Golden.
Brett,
and
he looked it up on the phone fast.
he did. I saw him with his phone. He's going like, what's going on here? So, yep, there you go. Yeah. Not the helmet. Yes, we got to keep that helmet right there. So anyway, Houston. Golden attended Klein Kane High School in Houston, then started your college career at the University of Houston. Were you rooting for the Cougars in the NCAA Final Four? Were you rooting for those guys?
Oh, yeah, I was. You know, they get close every year. You know, Coach Sampson.
Yeah.
You know, I met him a couple times, and I mean, he get a lot of the guys, you know, just to buy into the program. You know, I feel like that's why they had so much success each and every year, man. So.
They had that championship, right? But then Florida got them right at the end. But
yeah,
they
right
came back and
end.
beat Duke though in the Final Four. That was a great game as
did.
well. So, all right, hey everybody. You know what time it is. It's time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. Rosie, how about some music? This is sponsored by our friends at Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, your center for dental excellence. Voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist, Best of the Bay 3 times. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. All right, so here we go. We're going to play a new game. It's called It's a Numbers Game. It's a numbers game, right? It's a numbers game. It's pretty simple. The object of the game is very simple. We're just going to kind of hang out. We're not going to stand up. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to be nice and lazy here at the desk. I'm going to give you the name of a teammate, and you just have to tell me his uniform number.
I bet.
You feeling pretty good about that?
Yeah, I'm good.
So you'll have 30 seconds to get through all 5 teammates. If you do, you win prizes for tonight's contestant, who's way back there. Roger from Brilliant. Where are you, Roger? Wave your hand way there, back there by the window. There's Roger. And this is what you could win for Roger tonight. We've got this great Go Pack Go Packers shirt, courtesy of our friends at Miller Lite, right? We've got this fantastic signed photo of Matthew Golden, the Bullet, right? He's known as the Bullet. And how about this Packers can koozie, courtesy again of our friends at Miller Lite. There you go. Those are the prizes, Matthew. And if you get through it, Roger wins those. Now, if you don't, Roger will have to do Ricardo's laundry for a full week.
That's right. Plenty of underwear.
Yes. We don't need to know about your underwear, Ricardo. Let me guess, you have little Bears briefs and boxers and all that stuff, huh?
Whatever it is, it's like 2 months worth. So.
Ew. Okay, so the pressure's on. You don't want Roger washing Ricardo's clothes. You want to get through this. So 30 seconds, Ricardo. You'll keep track of the time.
I got it.
All right, 30 seconds. 5 teammates, numbers, right? Who thinks Matthew can do this tonight? Who thinks he can do it? Who thinks Matthew can't do it? Nobody. They're all. That's because you win at everything, right? You tell us you win at everything, and you're fast. So, all right, Ricardo, don't start the clock until I say the full name of the teammate. Okay, here we go. Ready? Quay Walker.
7.
Emmanuel Wilson.
23.
Javon Bullard.
20.
Daniel Whelan.
17.
Nope, try again. Your punter.
20 seconds.
19.
Yes, and Baron Sorrell.
99.
You got it. That's it, Ricardo. It was that simple.
Yeah. Hey, Brett. He had 14 seconds left.
Plenty of time, and how about that? A big round of applause. Rosie, we need some championship music because, Roger, you're going home with the Packers shirt courtesy of Miller Lite, the signed photo of Matthew Golden, and, of course, the canned koozie, again, courtesy of our friends at Miller Lite. And, Roger, you do not have to wash Ricardo's clothes for a full week, all right? You're good. He's happy about that. There you go. Almost got you on the punter.
Yeah, you did.
I was going to say Lucas Haversick. Do you know his number as a kicker?
35.
Yeah, that's a weird one, right? I always thought that's a weird one for a kicker. So there we go. Played the championship music. And now, Ricardo, it's our high school team spotlight. We are spotlighting a championship team, right?
Yes, let's have them stand up.
The members of the back-to-back WIAA Division I state champion Neenah girls cross country team. Ricardo, tell us all about the Rockets.
Well, First off, we're talking about 2-time state champions, Brett. And not only that, the year before, correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, took second. So this is a team that has
A dynasty.
Yes, a dynasty. A lot of success. 2-time state champ for Division I. That's very difficult to win. They had a superb performance, though, Brett, this year. They finished with 71 points. They held off Slinger, and they placed 4 runners in the top 20 overall. Now, I have some names here to read off. So hopefully I don't butcher any of the names. But runners who competed at state for Neenah were Sam Zilm, Elsa Gruber, Elsa Whelan, Izzy Malloy, Maddie Schoonover, Natalie Schultz, and Natalie Willis. Did I say that right? Yes. All right. Hey, we got to give another special shout out to Coach Heidke over there. He's right there in the middle.
There he is.
Brett,
Does he still have the hair thing going?
yeah, where's your hair, Coach? Show off the hair.
Yes, there it is. Yes.
As part of winning the state championship, the girls had him dye his hair. Obviously, he tried to hide it, but we made you do it, Coach. But yes, Brett, not only that, great couple of seniors that they have, but next year, right, Coach? A pretty good team returning next year as well. So possible 3-time state champ.
Are you putting the pressure on them
No,
right
no,
now?
no. I don't want to put pressure on you, but it's definitely there. Let's give it up for Neenah Girls Cross Country.
Yes, congratulations to the Neenah Rockets. Back-to-back state champs. Love it. And thank you for hanging out with us as part of our high school team spotlight. Matthew Golden, I know you're fast, but could you run a little cross country? Do you have a little endurance with you, or is it just all-out sprints?
Can't do it, man.
Yeah.
That's right. Girls, how far do you run? 5K, right? It's
Is it 3.1 miles? Come on, you could sprint
I
that.
don't even think I could do one.
What?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Just sprint 3 miles and see what happens, huh?
I ain't gonna make it, man.
Yeah, running, right? That's a heck of a sport, and these girls work pretty hard. So, well, all right, Matthew, the hour is just about up. Man, it goes by fast. You having a good time, man? Like hanging out with us?
Yeah, man, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
You got one more visit. He's coming back in December, everybody. One more visit. Matthew, your thoughts on taking on the stinking Minnesota Vikings, and I want you to look at him when you tell us all about it. Stare into his soul, Matthew.
Look, man, we're going to go out there. We're going to compete, but we're going to win the game. We're going to win the game, man.
Yes, he's telling you that. Winning your division games, though, man, that's you only had one division opponent so far, right? Yeah. So that's first and foremost. You gotta win the North, don't you?
Got to.
So you're in a stretch of 3 games now in a 12-day span, right? Yesterday, and then, of course, next week, and then the short week, Thanksgiving. Ooh, how do you get through that? I mean, that's a lot of football in just like not even 2 full weeks.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna practice hard, but, obviously we got to get our bodies back. A lot of treatment, but like I said, man, we just going to take it one game at a time, and, we're going to prepare. And come out there and compete, man.
You do anything special for the body? You like soaking in that cold tub for a while?
I never been that type of person,
No.
but yeah, I started doing it. I kind of do I do 3 minutes in there, get in the hot tub, man. I can't stay in the cold water too long.
Yeah, get in that hot tub. Who wants to sit in a big bucket of ice for 10 minutes, right? Come on. It'd be what is that? What am I thinking of? Hypothermia. Thank you very much. Thank you, Coach. Yeah. You can tell I take nice hot showers. I don't take cold showers. So, are you excited to play on Thanksgiving? I mean, that's a tradition, right? Especially going to Detroit, Packers, Lions. I mean, that's kind of what you dream of, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you watch those Thanksgiving Day games when you're a kid growing up.
Yeah, man, I'm ready. Excited for the opportunity. I can't wait for that game, man. But like I said, man, we got Minnesota this week. Got to handle that game and then on to the next.
Right, they're going to handle that game against the Vikings, right? And then you're going to see Matthew Golden eating one of those drumsticks as being one of the players of the game on Thanksgiving. That's what we're going to see. So how about a big round of applause for the Bullet, Matthew Golden, tonight. All right, time to go up north. Ricardo, this is where you and I predict the upcoming Packers game. It's Packers-Vikings. I believe that's high noon at Lambeau Field. Who is winning the game, Ricardo?
Well, I'll tell you, I just saw the Vikings and my Bears play. I'll tell you this, and I know Vikings guy is here. I really do think J.J. McCarthy is going to be a fine quarterback. But right now, he's not. And he's making a lot of mistakes. I think that is bad news going against a Packers front that does put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So as much as I think the offense will be fine, I think the defense is going to really make life miserable for him. Sorry, Vikings guy. And believe me, I don't like picking teams, to lose to the Packers, but I think this one might be too much for your guys to handle. So I'd probably say Packers by 10.
Oh, wow. Is this your reverse psychology thing
Well,
again?
no. I will say this. They're going to win this game because the next 2 games they're not. So.
Oh, whoa. Look at Matthew just laughing at you right now. He's laughing at you.
Man.
He is laughing at you, Ricardo.
That's okay.
All right. Well, I'm putting the victory visor on again, right? I have to. And you know what I'm picking? Vikings fan? Packers 84, Vikings 0. That's what I'm picking. Packers are going to score 12 touchdowns, and Matthew Golden's going to have 8 of them right there, right? That's what's going to happen.
All right, Brett.
That's what's going to happen.
And the other 4 will be pick 6s against McCarthy. Probably.
It could be, right? So that's what I'm saying. 84 zip, and we won't see you the rest of the season because that's how we want it. So what do you guys think? You like that prediction? All right, Packers News app, Ricardo. We got to get out of here.
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team, Brett and Matthew, that Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Unlimited digital access to the Packers News app and PackersNews.com can be yours for as low as 99 cents for that first month. Please subscribe today.
Yes, and before I thank our sponsors and friends, am I getting a little carried away with that prediction? Is 84 zip a little too?
No, that's a great score.
You like that score?
Yeah, that's good.
That's way past number 27.
You can go a little higher if you want to.
A little bit higher. We maybe say like 91-0. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Maybe LaFleur put a couple 2-point conversions in there as well, kind of run up the score. Yeah. But I want to say thanks again to our sponsors and friends. First, our presenting sponsors. We have Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. Also, our segment sponsor, Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. And thank you to our supporting sponsors and friends, as always. We have Shields Escort Limousine Service, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here, Miller Lite, and as always, the great folks here at the Fox Club and the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. By the way, how nice does the Fox Club look right now, right? In the stadium outside, all decked out for the holidays. And by the way, before I mention our programming notes and give you the final word, as I said, we will be giving away these tickets at the end of the show, Miller Lite deck tickets, Packers Vikings this Sunday. But thanks to our friends Todd and Carol first. Speaking of the Fox Club, Ricardo, again here at Fox City Stadium, they have the Holiday of Lights where the entire stadium is just filled with millions of Christmas lights and decorations. You got to check it out. But we will be giving away next week 2 vouchers, ticket vouchers to attend. I believe they're open Tuesday through Sunday here at the stadium. I think it starts at 6 o'clock at night to tour and check out and really get into that festive spirit. But again, you must be here present to register and win those as well. So thank you to the First for donating those as well. So programming note, the Packers have a short week next week because of the Thanksgiving game. They play a Thursday against the Lions. So that means we'll have a Legends Edition show, Ricardo. We've only had one of those this year with John Kuhn at the beginning of the season. So joining us, and he's a friend of the show, by the way. It's been a while.
Okay.
Joining us will be former Packers All-Pro and Pro Bowl running back and fan favorite Eddie Lacy's going to be here. Eddie Lacy.
Brett.
He's a beatboxer.
I remember Eddie Lacy well. He definitely likes to have fun.
He does, and we have to. I'm going to be gripping that steering wheel real hard to keep that train on the tracks, right? Because
have the shots ready.
And by the way, Eddie Lacy, Eddie will be sticking around after the show to sign autographs. There'll be items for purchase, that sort of thing. I'll put details on our Facebook page. So you can't get a free autograph. You got to kind of donate, but there'll be some things that you can check out. But Eddie's willing and gracious to hang out with us a little bit after the show and sign some autographs. So that's going to be cool as well. So catch it next Monday night, 6:30 here at the Fox Club. Really looking forward to seeing Eddie Lacy back on the show. He's been on a few times. So, Matthew, we got through an hour. You're energized. You're ready for the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to give you the final word. What do you have to say to all these fantastic Packers fans who decided they wanted to hang out with you on a Monday night?
I just want to thank y'all for coming out. We got this game coming up. We're going to go out there. We're We're going to compete, and we're going to get the win for y'all, man. Thank y'all.
There you go. Keep those claps coming for the Bullet, Matthew Golden, for Ricardo, and for the rest of the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin. I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday night. Be sure to hang out with us next Monday night as we welcome back Packers Pro Bowl, All-Pro, and a running back and just a good old fun guy, Eddie Lacy, as we celebrate a big Packers victory over the Minnesota Vikings. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear those Mean Gene altered cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear them.